Hello everyone, this is Craig Gorella and I'm so excited to introduce you to a new website I've launched called OpenLebo. The website address is openlebo.com. The idea of this is to create a public social network where you can ask questions, find answers, connect with residents, elected officials, business owners all around Mount Lebanon. This is a public social network just for Mount Lebanon people. Anyone who lives or is interested in Mount Lebanon can access this network. You can log in or just quickly create. There's no cost for it. So it's really cool, and I want to walk you through a little bit of what this network can do and what you can do on this network. Now, before I do that, I encourage you to click over to the blog and read a post that I started called Why I Started OpenLebo. And what you'll see here is a pretty long post, a couple thousand words on why I started this network and why I felt that this network is needed. And it has a little bit to do with the algorithms that many of the social networks run right now, how they are harmful to our kids, how they are harmful to us as adults, and why we shouldn't be using them. Additionally, I talk a little bit about privacy, but this is not all to knock some of the social networks that exist out there, because some of them are very convenient and they are doing good things. This is also about my experience as a commissioner over the last couple years and understanding that there just isn't enough time to get to all the important issues that we talk about as residents, as commissioners, as school directors, as PTA members, as parents and adults and students. There just isn't enough time to talk about these things in official channels. So while OpenLebo is not any affiliation with the commission or the school board or the school administration at all, this is me, Craig, doing this as a private resident, I did want to be able to pick up on some of those public topics that I believe need more information, more digging, more research, more communication with people, because these are things that I think are important. These are things that I think other community members should know and should be paying attention to, because they have far-ranging consequences that maybe some people haven't thought about yet. And I don't mean to make it sound like it's all dire, because it's not. But I wanted to create a forum where we could ask more questions and get more answers of our own community members, and do it in a way where it's not just a chronological wall on a social network that, after 5 or 10 things show up on a wall, they disappear and we never see them again. So I wanted to bring together things like activity feeds, which is your traditional social network style. I wanted to bring together groups, have the ability for people to get together in social groups, maybe a neighborhood group or by school, and get updates about a particular school, or ask questions of the municipality. Now, while this is obviously not an official channel of the municipality, there may be municipal staff or commissioners on this that can answer questions. Same with school staff and school directors. We also have forums on this, and this is where I think this network really shines and goes above where other social networks stop. We have forums to ask questions and answers. Now, you could say, well, I just put a question on Facebook and someone answers it, and that's true. But it's very hard to search those things. And once something goes down below the wall, you're never going to find it again. And that's on purpose. But when we create forums, we can keep those replies to very specific posts in the forum, and we could catalog them and organize them so that people can not only search, but find them very easily later on, with a universal search bar, but also inside groups and forums. And then finally, we added a blog, again, which we're looking at here, because I wanted to post more long-form articles with research and information and infographics, and other people have expressed interest in doing that as well. So what you lack in social networks with really long-form posting abilities and really in-depth, investigative, journalistic type of articles, we're going to have that here, and do have that here on OpenLebo. So I just wanted to introduce you to this real quick, just walk you through a couple things here. You can sign in, or you can, I'll just add my information there. I'm already logged in. You could very easily create your own account. And it does bear mentioning again, this is not an official website of the municipality or the school district or anything else, any official type of Mount Lebanon thing. This is something that I, as a private resident, created and have made available for all other residents to use. You'll see here when we log in, you're brought to a welcome dashboard. You can join some discussion forums where you ask questions and get answers. You could join social groups and network with other members around a common topic. And then you could also see all of your activity. Over here on the left, you'll see that you have your own profile, so we can click on that really quick, and you can save different information. You have images. You could put your social networks here where people can then link off to you. We have a timeline, so this would be your normal social media view where you can see all the different things I've posted in my timeline. We have the ability to post GIFs from Giphy and other things like that. We can make this a little bit smaller and see the entire menu here. We can click over to groups, and you'll see we have a whole list of groups on different topics. And then even inside the groups, say for example schools, we have a list of subgroups. So if I wanted to ask questions about schools in general, I can see conversations here in the discussion session of the group, or I could even dig into subgroups. So you'll see within the schools group, we have subgroups for every public school in Mount Lebanon, from the high school on down to all the elementary schools and the middle schools. And you can click on those, see the other members there, and communicate with those members, post things. If I wanted to post something about Jefferson, I can go into that group and ask a question just about Jefferson. That way, I'm getting my message in front of the people who are most likely to see it and interact with it. We could also have discussions, and again, this is the beauty and the power of this type of forum that goes above and beyond places like just Facebook and Twitter, because I can interact with my group, but I can also ask questions in a discussion format, which I did here. I asked about vaccine clinics. So you see here's a forum discussion, and I asked, does anyone know when the vaccine clinics are starting for K through 12? And Jessica Sanders answered my question with a reply to a link to the school board. So all sorts of things that can be done with the groups and the forums. Anywhere anyone posts on the site, if it is inside a group or if it is in a forum, it will post here in the community forums. And you'll see I have a sticky one here which talks about the rules of the road, which explains what you can and can't do, gives you a link to the terms, the privacy policy so you understand what we do with information here and how you are private. As a side note, we do not have an analytics package on here. We do not track you anywhere on the web, let alone on this site. We don't have any advertising on the site, and we don't have any kind of external actors coming in collating data or things like that via advertisements like there are on a lot of other social media networks. We don't sell your data, we don't rent your data, we don't give it to anyone other than who can see the information that you make public on the site. We literally don't even have an analytics package. We don't know how many people are logging in from day to day. That's not something we track. That's not something we're ever going to track. So this is what we're looking at here. If someone posts in a forum, all that gets listed here. And the beauty of this is the organization. So if I wanted to search for, say, a topic on vaccines, I could run a search first and see all the different topics on vaccines. I don't have to scroll through a million different things in a feed to find something. I click that vaccine, and then boom, I'm taken right back to the topic in the schools group where I asked about vaccine clinics. Super simple to navigate, really easy. You'll also notice that we have timelines. Now, if I click this sidebar here in the side, I can go back to my dashboard, I can look at my profile, or I could just go to my timeline. This would be like my social media wall, something that I use to post messages. All of my messages are here. If I want to rejoin a conversation or discussion, I could do that. And then also I can do other things, whether I do them up here, like for example, the activity feed, which is really kind of the overarching view for the entire network. I could see everyone's post. This is where everyone comes together in one feed. I can do a status update right here, post a GIF, or I could put some text or a link or whatever. And then I could see all the other posts, and they're not just mine. They're posts from, here's one from Ariana Julie and with a GIF, and here's some other stuff posted about blog posts, and all of that stuff is here in the activity feed, just like a wall, except it's a wall for the entire municipality. Again, we could search forums up here. If I want, I could just put the word vaccine and it'll load here. Anything else in the forums will be listed there. Here are the most recent blog articles, which we can look at, longer form blog articles. Anyone who I'm following will be listed here. And then any recent forum discussions or topics will be listed here, and we could dive into that so you could have a pulse on what people are talking about right now in the municipality. You'll also see here are the latest updates. No matter what has happened, the latest updates will show up here and who posted them. And then down below on the right side, you'll see some of the recently active members and who they are, and you could link right over to their profiles. And then you'll see all the groups that are on the network along with whether they're new. You can see some popular ones, which will be denoted by how many members they have. And then you can actually get private notifications. So if anyone sends me a message, that'll show up here. As I interact with people and they interact with me, I will be notified of their interaction, and that shows up in real time right here. So a lot of stuff that we can do. The point really is not just to have another network out there. Everyone hates another network. But we have a lot of stuff going on here. It is a public/private. I mean, it's private in that your privacy is looked at and considered much more than any of the other social networks that you will find out there. Also, this is just for Mount Lebanon residents, Mount Lebanon business owners, people living in Mount Lebanon, people visiting Mount Lebanon. It's Mount Lebanon focused. In the future, we are going to add things like a community calendar that will probably be up and running either in December or January, where anybody can create an event and post it on the total community calendar. We're going to add job boards so that business owners in Mount Lebanon can post about jobs open in Mount Lebanon, so students and other residents looking for jobs or a career change can find those things. We're going to be adding a dedicated app, literally an iOS and an Android app, where you can pull that up native on your phone and have your own private Mount Lebanon network. And really, we're going to talk about important topics because that was the impetus for this entire thing. To be able to talk about things that are important, to talk about them in an open, honest, and transparent fashion. Over the last couple years, I have been involved with diversity, equity, and inclusion groups. I have been involved with equal opportunity boards. I have been involved with police activity boards. I have been involved with lots of different boards and authorities, from sports to recreation. I have seen things that work, and I've seen things that don't work. And I know that at the heart of all those things is communication, and many times a lack thereof. So this is my attempt to be able to increase the communication among residents in a safe and reliable way, in a way that is free of hate speech and divisiveness. That's what I wanted to create with OpenLibo. That's what I think I've created. And I hope you'll join me here. I hope you'll join me in asking questions and networking with the rest of the community, because I think this can become a really special place for us where we can comment about politics and about friendships and about events and about issues and about really hard conversations too. So check it out at openlibo.com. Let me know what you think. We've got a lot of help and support and tutorials there. There's no fee for joining this, and there probably never will be a fee for joining anything we do on here. Again, we don't have advertising. It's a very private/public social network, private in that your privacy is respected. So jump on board, openlibo.com, and check it out and let us know what you think.